These are my top 7 defenses in the NFL right now going into next season. Honorable mention has to go to the Giants. They have arguably the best pass rush in the NFL with guys like Dexter Lawrence, recent draft pick Abdul Carter, Brian Burns, Tibbs. I honestly want to know who's going to block this D-line. And they actually have a pretty underrated secondary. I feel like they're going to take that big leap next season, led by guys like Javon Holland and Paulson Adebo. At 7, I got the Steelers. They have one of the best D-lines in the NFL with guys like TJ Watt, Cam Hayward, Alex Highsmith, and even a couple more guys. And their secondary is pretty deep, especially with the acquisition of Jalen Ramsey, well, if he's not washed. At 6, I got the Seahawks. They literally have one of the deepest secondaries in the NFL, and I feel like they still don't get enough credit. With guys like Devin Witherspoon, Reek Woolen, Julian Love, and an absolute steal in this year's draft, Nick Emmanwori. Like, come on, bro, straight steppers. And they have a really good defensive line led by guys like Leonard Williams. If Byron Murphy could stay healthy, oh my god. At 5, I got the Lions. They have arguably the best safety duo in the NFL with Kirby Joseph and Brian Branch. And they actually have a really good linebacker core with guys like Alex Anzalone and Jack Campbell. And with Aiden Hutchinson making his return, this pass rush is going to be scary, bro. At 4, I got the Texans. They have a top 5 cornerback duo in that secondary with Derek Stingley and Kamari Lassiter. And they have one of the most underrated and hard-hitting safeties on the back end with Jalen Petrie. I hate how underrated he is. And also 2 dogs coming off the edge with Will Anderson Jr. and Danielle Hunter. At 3, I got the Ravens. With the moves that they made this offseason, they are now an all-around elite defense. Their only weakness was their pass rush, and I feel like they cleaned that up. At 2, I got the Broncos. They also have an all-around elite defense with a top 5 secondary led by Defensive Player of the Year, PS2. And they have a very solid defensive line led by a dog like Zach Allen. At 1, I got the Eagles. They definitely solidified themselves as the #1 defense after their performance this past season and the moves that they made in the offseason. They are literally elite at all 3 levels of this defense.